talking about the epidemic of loneliness and isolation with Surgeon General Dr. Vivek Murthy. Thank you so much for sticking around. I know you're a very, very busy man. Before the break, I love the comparison to your body telling you you're hungry and that it needs food. Your body telling you that you're lonely means you need connection. How do we do it? I know that's a big question.
It is a big question, and one of the things that's important for people to know is when their loneliness is problematic.
Okay.
Also, and we're all going to feel lonely from time to time. That is natural. When we get concerned about loneliness is when it extends for long periods of time in our life. When we go on weeks, months, years, struggling with loneliness. And loneliness can feel like a lack of companionship. It can feel like you don't quite fit in, like people don't understand you. It can feel like just being isolated all the time. And so it's a subjective feeling. That's an important thing to keep in mind.
I love that you said, because some people believe it's isolation. Sometimes it's, again, feeling not understood, even by your own family, that people around you don't get you. That's
right. And that's why it's not just about how many people you have around you. So many of the college students I have met who are surrounded by so many other students on campus feel like they're lonely because nobody gets them. They can't be themselves around others.
I know that the one tool of reference that people talk about, UCLA Loneliness Scale, it's 20 prompts, and they ask you various questions. I'm going to post it on my social media. You can go follow me, Tamron Hall, and I'll put all the questions up. I took it, and I scored a 68, which according to the scale means I experienced quite a bit of loneliness. I was surprised by that, because I do, obviously, like everyone, feel lonely, but I also feel I have someone I can call. I feel understood. Even in our audience of folks who come in and see us, I feel seen. So I struggled to understand, but then I thought about parenting, and I have felt so alone. Even though I have a great group of friends and a great husband and mom, I feel it keeps me up at night. And so then I feel isolated, like I can't talk about it. And I've got a great kid on Tuesdays. He's a 4-year-old, There's nothing in particular. It's everything about parenting.
Yes, that is right. And parenting, and I'll say this as a fellow parent, is just really tough right now. And it can be incredibly isolating. It's also important to know that there are 3 types of relationships that we all need in our lives to not feel lonely. One of them are intimate connections. Those are like a best friend, a spouse. The second are relational connections. These are the friendships with people we may go to birthday parties with or go to dinner with. The third are community connections or collective connections. These might be people
like church or organizations.
At church, yes, at a volunteer organization. The reason that it's important to know we need those 3 types of relationships is if you're feeling lonely, you could be in a very fulfilling marriage. But if your spouse might think, gosh, if my spouse is lonely, it must be my fault. Something's wrong with our relationship. That may not be the case at all. It might be that what you need are more friendships or more of a collective connection in the form of community. So that's important.
I love that. I love that. All right, so we just started the new year. Everyone has a what's in, what's out list. I love that you have a what's in and what's out. Mine is all about fashion, but yours is about mine. I'm going to take it there. But in and out for 2024, we have your list behind us, Dr. Murthy's list. Let's take a look at it. So what's in? Asking for help, checking on friends, lending a hand, gratitude. What is out? Doom scrolling. Explain what that is.
So doom scrolling, many people here may have experienced it. It's just going through your social media feed or your news feed and looking at stories that make you feel bad in an endless loop.
Right.
Many of us have done that, but it saps us of our energy, of our hope, and we need that energy to go out, interact with people, to live life and to enjoy life.
I think doom scrolling also is looking at other people's feeds on how great their vacations were, and because it's just, I'm a journalist for 30 years, so I know, watching the news even makes me depressed sometimes. But I know, folks, when you're scrolling, you're like, everybody was in St. Bart's but me, and it's like, no, 3 people were in St. Bart's, not
that's right.
But you feel like everybody went away, and I didn't.
And Tamron, this is what young people on college campuses say all the time. They say the experience of social media has led them to constantly compare themselves to others, feel worse about themselves, worse about their friendships. And so it's often making them more lonely, but they also say they can't get off of it because the platforms are often designed to maximize how much time we spend.
Can we put that list back up? Because I want to go through the rest, because loneliness was on what's out, self-doubt, which is so important to take out, because sometimes we talk worse to ourselves than we would allow anyone else to speak with us.
Exactly, that is right.
And then mental health stigma is out.
That is right. Yeah, these are the things that we should get out of our lives in 2024. I want 2024 to be the year of human connection. The year where we...
All right, to that point, I have in the audience, we all have our cell phones, and you have a cell phone exercise that you say can help strengthen our connections to other people. So we've allowed our audience, because normally we can turn a phone because everybody's ringtone calling out there saying, what is Tamron Hall doing? But now we have our phones, and you're going to walk us through this exercise.
Yeah, so this is very simple. This is something I did with college students around the country as part of our 5 for 5 challenge, where we ask people to take one act of connection each day for 5 days. And that could be expressing gratitude, extending support to someone, or asking help yourself. We're going to do one of those exercises right now. So I want you to take out your phone, and this is an exercise of using technology for good. I want you to think about somebody in your life that you're grateful for. It could be a friend who helped you last week. It could be somebody who showed up in your life when you were in crisis and stood by you and reminded you they still believed in you. Just think about who that person is. And then I want you to open up your phone and compose a text message or an email to them right now. And it can be a very short message. It can just be, hi, I was thinking about you this morning. I was remembering how you showed up for me way back when. That meant so much to me. Thank you for being in my life.
Okay, I have someone in mind. I have a friend right now. Her daughter just went into surgery at 5:30 a.m. And when my son had surgery when he was 2 years old, she called me constantly. And I thought I wouldn't be able to call her during the show because we're live. So I'm sending it to Jen and her daughter and her family that I love you and thank you for supporting me, and I'm here for you.
That's beautiful. And as you click send on your message, I want you to turn the flashlight on your phone and hold it up so everyone can see that light.
I got my light on. Okay,
That is
got
beautiful.
a light on. Shine a light on it.
Look at that. And I want you to look around. See all the lights that are popping up just around the audience. Each one of these lights represents a ray of hope that's gone out, and somebody else is going to receive that message that you send. They're going to feel better about themselves and about their lives. They're going to feel more connected, and they're going to feel more inclined to reach out to someone else.
All right,
and
hit
to continue
send on
that
your
ripple of
message.
hope.
Going to hit send on the message. Keep the light shining a light. Well, thank you.
This is beautiful. So this is what we can do with just 60 seconds to feel more connected in our lives.
I love that. See, the clap is soft because everybody's still texting out long messages.
And let them
because
do
what
that.
you've done is made us emotional. I know you said, I love that you said, make it short. Meanwhile, we're like, I love you. I'm so sorry for that thing.
Yeah.
Because it allows you to pour those emotions. And this is a good way to use technology.
It really is. And let's just finally remember that as common as loneliness is, as painful as it can feel, as deeply as it can wound us, small acts of connection can go a long way to help us rebuild what we need in our life. Which
Beautiful.
Is strong social connection.
Thank you so much, Dr. Murthy. We appreciate you.